A guten Erev Shabbos. It was a pleasure spending the week together. Let's see if we can share a chizuk and perhaps a takeaway from the Yom Tov Chanukah, all those latkes and donuts. Baruch Hashem, those of us who are Zaycha to do Shnayim Yomi Targum on a weekly basis, when we'll exclaim together tomorrow morning, Chazak, Chazak, v'neschazek, we'll be Zaycha to feel the electric in the air. But Reb Moshe writes that this is something that needs constant chizuk, and that's why we join here together. It's not enough chazak, chazak for myself, but I have to say v'nischazek. Let's strengthen each other. Right after that, chazak, chazak. What are the next words in the Torah? Ve'ela shmois b'nei Yisroel. Zakta Balaturim famously. Ve'ela shmois b'nei Yisroel is Rosh Tevis. Ve'ela va'adam asher loimed hasedra. Shmois Shnayim Yomi Targum. B'nei Bekoil Naim Yashir, Yisroel Yichya Shanim Rabbis Aruchim La'olam. And obviously he's referring to the Gemara that promises Arichas Yamim. Now what about someone who says, I don't have time? Well, if the Gemara promises Arichas Yamim, and your life depends on it, you better bet you'll make the time for it. But im kol zeh zakta el Yerabba, al yikra adam lekabel pras arichas yamim. Don't do Shnayim Mikra because you're going to get arichas yamim. Ela yikra l'shem misha amar. The Rebbeinu Shalom told me to do so. I listened to what you say, Hashem. Va arichas yamim memela ba. But even after hearing all of this, sometimes the Yetzer Hara whispers in our ear, look around. So many people are not doing Shnayim Mikra. Why drive yourself crazy week after week if everyone else is not doing it? The Medrash tells us that La'asad Lavai, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, will hear Klal Yisrael crying out, Ga'alai Sanu, redeem us from Galus. The Rebbeinu Shalom will then ask a very painful question. Tzadikim yesh bachem? Yirei Shamayim yesh bachem? Do you have tzadikim and Yirei Shamayim among you? Says the Medrash Sheikh HaToiv, Klal Yisrael will answer, they're all gone. Ein lanu al mi liyishoim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will then say, I have your back, don't worry about it. Bitchu b'shmi, shekol misha beteach b'shmi ani matziloi. The inyan of betachan, specifically from the Yom Tov of Chanukah that we just spent an entire 8 days on, Reb Tzadok says, Chanukah comes in the end of the Chodesh Kislev, which is different than any other Yom Tov in the cycle of the Mayadim. Never do we find the Yom Tov in the Yemei Miyat HaChodesh at the end of the month. So why is it that Chanukah wasn't pushed up to Chodesh Tevis like every other Yom Tov in the calendar? Says Reb Tzadok, Kislev is a lashon of betachan. The pasuk says, Im Hashem yeh bekislecha. The Chashmonaim went out to Milchama with great betachan, and they weren't afraid, as the pasuk says. David HaMelech teaches us, Mishmua ra la yira, nachain liboy batuach b'Hashem, samuch liboy. Says the Chidushei Arim, the words Nachain Liboy Batuach B'Hashem Samuch are Seifei Teves Chanukah. Not only that, he says, but Nachain is Bigamatria Kislev, and Samuch is Bigamatria Kislev. Not only that, but Nachain and Samuch are the Rosh Teves Nes, because someone that lives with Betachan is Zeichet to a life of Nisim. Chanukah is a Yom Tov of Moisef Ahilach. It's something to take with us, and that Midas HaBetachan, if we really believe in what Chazal tell us, every one of us would do our best to be careful with the inyan of Shnayim Mikra, because there's nothing that someone wants more than to be alive. And if the Gemara tells us the reward for Shnayim Mikra is long life, that's going to be the first thing on my list, even if I'm too busy to fit anything else into my schedule. It's on that note that we're grateful to Reb Elad and Shnayim Yomi for giving us this opportunity to be mechazik each other on a constant basis. We should all be zoiche b'schus our betachan in HaKadosh Baruch Hu and His halachas, that v'habetech b'Hashem chesed yisayvevenu, we should be zoiche to chasadim megulim, and just like by Yomim Haheim, we should see nisim v'niflois bazman hazeh. Wishing all of you a wonderful Shabbos.